Episode 14 of the Ball Show here. We have a special guest. Not really a college basketball connoisseur, but probably more than anybody that I know.
Come on.
Personally, JT Stadium. Give him a round of applause. Stadium, not stadium.
Hey, listen, long time, first time, long time. Appreciate you having me. I college basketball might be one of my favorite sports out there, so I appreciate you having me. I'm happy to talk ball, and let's get into it. Final four. It's gonna be a great one.
Well, we'll start off with the teams participating here in the Final Four. For all you, I think we hit 20 viewers last video. I had aunts and cousins watching that, so thank you guys. I know they wanted to
Hey,
see
let's
some
get those
more.
second cousins. Aunts twice removed. Let's add it up. I think we can get 50 for this video. Final four. People are tuned in.
Okay, so what's the first game here?
Well, let's
It's
get into this
Illinois.
little ESPN preview we got here. Yeah, I think first game of the day we got 2 seed UConn, 3 seed Illinois. Right here you can see UConn, their path here. I'll be honest, first 2 rounds, not much competition there, but last 2 games, both within 5 points, pretty impressive wins. Uh, you know, Big East wasn't great this year, but UConn, it's their third Final Four in the last 4 years. You know, can't argue with that. So
I did hear that.
uh, anytime Duke collapses, anytime you beat Duke, you got my support. So I don't know. UConn's great. They've got the freshman Braden Mullins hit the shot. What do you think about UConn? No, your mic doesn't work. You got to get a better mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I got you.
Well, we're just gonna keep rolling. So
I
back
love
to
it.
what I was
Hey, we're
saying.
live, people. We're live.
We're going. We're not really live, but we're going.
We're live.
It's gonna sound terrible, but we're still doing it. So right here is what we have: a 2 and a 3 seed on their regions.
Mm-hmm.
This is as close to a Cinderella as you're gonna get, folks. I mean, if you wanted to see High Point, the country club, make it all the way, that's not what you're getting. You're getting UConn and Illinois, and Illinois would be in the AP top 25 around a 12, considering that they're what, a three
That's
seed.
right.
So in the range of 9 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
If you were saying you got 4, 8, 9 to 12. So 9 to 12 in the top 25. If let me ask you a question that I heard on
Mm-hmm.
ESPN radio. Is it harder to win the college football playoff or March
Oh
Madness?
man. I mean, it's got to be March Madness. No, you got to beat 64 teams.
Think so?
Like you said, Illinois was top 9 to 12, right? And the college football
Yeah.
playoff, the 9 to 12 seeds are almost irrelevant, right? I mean,
Yeah, you're
that was
not.
like
That's what
that
they
was
were
like
saying.
James.
Like they want it so bad. College football wants it so bad for James
Yeah,
Madison to go out there and win it.
but
And that's the difference between basketball and
hmm
football is we get these sort of maybe not recently, but Cinderella-ish stories. Even a 3 seed is what everybody wants to see.
well, I mean, I'll point to you just 4 years ago, my North Carolina Tar Heels were an 8 seed. We made the national championship. I mean, even more recently, a 5 seed San Diego State played, I think it was maybe a 9 seed FAU in the Final Four. I mean, yeah, basketball has these
Wow.
Cinderellas all the time, and even the last couple of years, people say there haven't been Cinderellas. And to be fair, like I mean, a 2 and a 3, Illinois, UConn, they're not Cinderellas by that definition, but um, the depth, the competition in college basketball is so deep. Yeah, I think it's much harder to win the March Madness tournament than the college football playoff year in and year out. Listen, the top 4 seeds in the football playoff, they're all great. Yeah, that might be hard, but um, the top 20 seeds in the NCAA tournament can win, and so year in year out, I think that's a much harder challenge.
So who's the favorite in this
So
game?
let's see. Let's keep going. So UConn, we pointed out some of their pros, their most recent impressive wins. We'll roll it down. Some of their flaws, I don't know. The Big East, like I said, wasn't great. Turns out they're not great at the free throw line. Um, some of the things I love about Illinois, we'll get into it maybe a little bit, but they're European. Some of their big men, they're experienced. They're not just new to this college game. They've already played in some big games. I don't think they're going to be intimidated by the scene of the Final Four, the playing in an NFL arena. It's a little different than maybe some of the Big Ten arenas they've played in, but um, like I said, they've played in some big games. So I don't think Illinois is going to be intimidated by that. Um, they shoot well from the three. UConn doesn't shoot as well. They don't play as good a defense, especially against the three. Now we'll see if Illinois is not hitting those threes. If they're missing, then I think UConn can put some pressure on them. And if it's a close game, then I don't know if anybody's going to want to bet against UConn. But if Illinois can hit their shots, continue to play defense as well as they have this tournament, then I don't see UConn putting up a fight. Um, Illinois might win by double digits if they can hit their threes by a solid
Wow.
percentage.
So you don't think Dan Hurley can coach him up?
Listen, Danny Hurley's one of the best coaches in college right now, but I think UConn, their team this season, like I said, third Final Four in 4 years. No argument against that whatsoever. That's mighty impressive. But I think this third team is not quite up to the same level as the other two. Listen, it was good enough to beat Duke, but that also doesn't take much. So, like I said, if Illinois can hit their shots, that's a big if. But if they can shoot at a decent percentage, I just think they've got enough depth. They're well rounded. I think they
So
can put UConn
Illinois,
away.
I know if you know anything, you know that they got the Euros.
Hmm.
Okay. Who is their guys? Because I know I've heard about there's one guy in the power rankings that I saw on Barstool or something like that where they had one of these guys definitely in the top five. What's the name of that guy? What's his name?
They got a freshman, yeah, Keaton Wagler. He'll be
Yes.
he'll be
Who is
probably
that
about
guy?
a top five. I don't. He'll be a lottery pick. Um, you know, he goes to Illinois. Don't know much else about him. I'll be honest with you, but he's been a stud all year in the Big Ten play. Yeah, he can score. He's versatile. He'll no, he'll be a high pick. He's led Illinois so far in this tournament, and if they're going to win it all, he'll continue to do so. So um, I have no reason to expect otherwise. But yeah, he's been very impressive up to this point.
19 years old, born in 2007. He's averaging 18, 5, and 4,
Hmm.
and he's shooting almost 45%. He's shooting 45%.
That's
So
decent. Um, yeah,
6'6".
I'll say a note from the Brad Underwood interview I just listened to. When he was recruited to Illinois, Brad Underwood hadn't even seen him play by the time he committed. But the first game Brad Underwood went to, he scored 2 points. And while that's not impressive, Brad Underwood knew the way he moved the ball, the way he orchestrated the game while he was being pressed like that. Only scored 2 points. He knew he was fit for Illinois, and he's had the season he's had so far. So it's been pretty
And
impressive.
then on the other side, the other bench over there, they have. So it seems like Illinois is a bunch of transfers and a young team, and UConn is
Mm-hmm.
more of a veteran team because I saw solo ball play last year in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I know Alex Caravan's a 6 year
That's right.
or fifth year senior, super senior. So we have two sides of the coins here. Maybe like a newer generation, and then what Dan Hurley has in his system, where he has just players returning or whatever. But if I could somehow pull up this clip and throw it inside of the video, Braylon Mullins. We're not going to talk about Caden Boozer on this show. We're not here to shame Caden Boozer as much as I want to, and I already did. Braylon Mullins pulled up from deep, and he had to hit that one. So if I could somehow get that on here, if it loads for JT, or I put it in myself and edit this out.
Let's let's see if we
He is a
can
freshman.
do it. We're lagging a little bit, but
I'm
it's
seeing
blurry. They
the
inbound
ball.
it. Hold on to the ball. It's a little blurry. Oh, the shot. Oh,
It is
I mean,
completely laggy on my screen. We'll see how it fulls out how it
that's a
comes out
top.
when I stop the recording. I could probably overlay something on and just edit it as much as possible.
We'll see.
Bigger
I'm back to
story.
our.
Bigger story. This could be a 30 for 30 in the making. You know, if UConn ends up winning the game, it'd be something. Maybe the title says Caden loser or
I
whatever you
mean,
wish.
hey, listen, that was a great shot. One of the best, maybe in March Madness history. That video we just watched is from a Sports Illustrated article. They had that as the seventh best shot in March Madness history.
And they
So,
haven't won the championship yet.
and they haven't even won the championship yet. So, I mean, that's only gonna rise up those rankings if they pull out a win, not only this week on Saturday, but if they, like you said, win the championship on Monday. Um, yeah, UConn's impressive. Like you talked about, they have some veteran presence. They've got some guys that have been here before, Caravan, Reed. But at the same time, Mullins, freshman, hit the shot. He's back home. They're in Indiana. Um, man, I'm not going to bet against Danny Hurley. They're great. Like I said, I do think if Illinois hits their shots that they may be the favorite, but if UConn wins this game, it's not going to be a surprise. And even if I think we'll get into it next, but even if I think the right side of the bracket, this next game has the two best teams in the Final Four. Um, I think both of the teams on this side, UConn and Illinois, can win it all still. So we're in for a good matchup either way.
That's good to hear because I heard on Rich Eisen's show that he's thinking whoever wins, he's a big Michigan guy. He went to Michigan probably.
He
And he
did. He
thinks the
did.
winner of Michigan and Arizona, the two ones, it's just going to be a fucking cakewalk to cut down the net.
I
So we'll
think. I
move on
mean,
to the
I
next
think.
game.
I think if you're ready, that's a great transition. Yeah, let's go on to our next game here, the second game on Saturday, the 2-1 seed. So we just talked about a 2 and a 3. Well, this is the chalk we expected. On the right side, we got Arizona versus Michigan, the 2-1 seeds. Arizona's been dominant all year. They started the year, what was it, 20 something and no?
Yes,
They
they
were
did.
they were the longest undefeated to start the year, number 1 seed. They battled a tough Big 12, but here they are, still number one as we hit the Final Four. They're deep, they're young, they're also experienced. They can do it all. They don't shoot a lot of threes, but they can score from everywhere else. They're playing a great Michigan team.
Was
A
it
lot of
Arizona?
transfers.
Was it
hmm
Arizona or was it Michigan that lost to Texas Tech earlier in the year? A JT Toppin buzzer beater.
Uh,
You would
I
think Big
want to
12
say yeah, Arizona.
could be Michigan. Or no.
But
Maybe that wasn't even Arizona or Michigan. Maybe that was Wisconsin.
that's
I'm
all
thinking
right.
Big 12. I'm
It's
thinking Big 12, Texas Tech,
No, I get you. I get you.
Toppin.
No, Texas Tech is good too. And like I said, I mean, Arizona battled a great Big 12. They played Kansas multiple times. They played Texas Tech
Who'd
multiple
they lose
times.
to? Who'd they lose to?
Uh, they played, let's see, they don't have their schedule up here, but they played BYU multiple times. Um, I mean, yeah, Arizona was very good.
They
Uh,
lost to Kansas.
yep,
I don't even
Kansas.
think they had Peterson. They didn't have Peterson.
It
The
might have been
team
the
was
game Peterson sat out. That was the Monday night. That was a big one. Peterson sat
yeah.
out kind of right before. But at the
And
same
they
time,
lost back to
Arizona.
back. They lost back to back. They lost to Texas Tech the game after. JT
Okay,
Top
that's the game
overtime.
then. There you
Yes.
go.
So
And
they
hey,
lost
this
back to
is
back. The last time that they lost was February 9th and the game after that. So
hmm
it's been more than a month since they've lost.
it's been
Obviously
a
in March
run.
you can't lose, but they've played some
Well,
ball.
they need two more. And hey, this is their first Final Four in 25 years. They had lost in five straight Elite Eights.
Who'd they have
And
running the floor? Richard Jefferson? Gilbert
until this
Arenas?
last one, it was something like that. Yeah, 2002, I think it was, or 2001, 25 years ago. So, this team's great, but they haven't been there in a while. Um, Michigan's also good. Dusty May, relatively new coach, but he's brought in a lot of transfers. Like I said, they're long, they're deep. They can do anything offensively. They're very good defensively. Um, Duke got a hold of them or at some point mid-season. That was an impressive win. But otherwise, Michigan's looked really, really good all year. So this is many are saying, like you said, this might be the true national championship. But
Yep. Two
somebody's gonna,
powerhouse programs.
no
Yes,
doubt.
UConn is a powerhouse basketball program. They're a women's team and everything, but in all of their sports, no offense to Kirby, UConn is not. If you know anything about UConn football, it's a disaster. Okay, UConn is
UConn is
only
known for
pretty much known
basketball, and
for
that's it.
basketball only. But you could
Yep.
argue that Michigan, they do it in every single sport.
Hmm.
I guarantee their cross country team is elite.
They do it all. I mean, yeah, it'll be impressive. I don't know. Michigan, personally, I'm not a fan. I've been riding for Arizona hard. I will be rooting for Arizona in this game. Um, but I mean, Michigan, they're just so big. I don't know if Arizona's played a team with this much size, even in the Big 12 all year long. I mean, between Lendenberg, between Ademara, um, uh, what is it? Cheddar comes off the bench.
I hear
The
Cheddar on the
Cheddar
radio,
Monkey.
like they kick it to Cheddar. I'm
Shout
like,
out Cordell Myberg, the Cheddar Monkey. He comes off the bench. He's a stud. Michigan just they've got some length that not many other teams have, and Arizona doesn't shoot threes, so they're not gonna outshoot anybody. They're not gonna out. Michigan wants to run, so I don't know. I think Arizona's stronger, more well-rounded, but Michigan just they won't go away. I don't know. I don't necessarily know how
maybe
you
it's
beat
Arizona's
them
year,
either.
but from what I've seen from Arizona in my entire life, I've never seen Arizona win a big game in any sport. You know,
I mean, I'm gonna say it again. I just said it. They had lost in five straight Elite Eights. This is well, I mean, making it that far. They'd lost many other times earlier in the tournament, but they had not made a Final Four since 2001, and that included, I guess, five Elite Eight visits that they lost.
so this could be
So
the year. But who's the
they're
favorite?
very.
Who betting odds wise? Who's the favorite in this game?
I do believe it's Michigan. Let's see if I can. Let's see if they show us here. I don't know about that. Let's see how good our screen share is here. Can you follow me? And check out our sponsored by Underdog.
Google. Yeah, you can go to
Uh,
Underdog. That's fine.
we're gonna check out some Underdog
See, these
picks
people that
here.
make these
I don't know
sportsbook
if it's gonna let
lines,
me.
this is not your neighbor. Okay, these are. I don't even know how to put it into words, but
Yeah,
these
this might
lines
be
are
too much.
legit lines.
All right, yeah, I'm not logged in. So we're gonna pull up. We're gonna pull it up on the phone here. We can see. Currently, the line is Illinois minus 1.5, essentially a pick 'em for Illinois. Like I said, I said Illinois might win by 10 if they hit their shots. That was bold, but I might be on the Illinois side of that one. Second game of the day, it's also 1.5. It's Michigan minus 1.5. I said I might be on Arizona, so I might be betting both of these games.
So Vegas has Illinois and Michigan going to the
That's
championship.
right. A Big Ten matchup.
Okay, yeah, Big Ten country.
So it's like I said, I might be putting some money on a little Illinois Arizona matchup here upcoming. Hey, let me ask you a question. As we maybe got about 10 minutes, we'll start to wrap up here. Let's say Michigan, Illinois, the favorites, like we said. Maybe we can get into that as we close. But what that means is if Arizona loses in the Final Four, what do you think about little Tommy Lloyd to North Carolina as their head coach? Do you think a loss in the Final Four is enough to get him to leave, or is Arizona, Arizona's a good enough job. I'm not saying he's looking
I'm
to
not
leave,
sure if
but
I would be willing to move. As much as North Carolina is a beautiful place, and I say it's a
mm-hmm,
very beautiful place, but
mm-hmm.
as far as sports goes, even though you have, sorry, there's a car driving by.
Hey, you're good.
You got Belichick over there coaching the football program. I don't know how long that's going to last.
I mean, I don't know if yeah, that's not a good that's not a highlight for North Carolina certainly.
But North Carolina has been on a downtrend, and I'm not saying it's just not the same North Carolina that it used to be
Hmm.
10 years ago. So that'll be interesting. They're still going to be hanging on to their past there when they're trying to find a new coach. But if I'm
Certainly.
Tommy Lloyd, I'm sticking with my team here at Arizona. I'm staying home
I don't blame you. I mean, yeah, even a Final Four loss, it's a great year. Um,
unless they offer the right amount of money. Then I
I
could
was
see
gonna say, I
North
mean,
Carolina. They will have the money for him, so we'll see about that.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm a Carolina fan, and trust me, I believe in the brand as much as anybody. But if we can pay a check, and if somebody wants to be the Carolina coach, then I think they will be. But I'm well aware of yeah, I agree. I think the modern college basketball is a little different, NIL, all that kind of thing, and yeah, Carolina might not mean as much as it used to. So we'll see if we have the sway we think we do. You know, I sh- I hope it doesn't come to this, but I think a little bit of Penn State football firing James Franklin and thinking they were going to hire somebody great, and that maybe didn't quite work out for him. So we'll see how it goes. I have faith, but you know I believe in this Arizona team. If they win a national championship, I have no thoughts. I have no I don't think he'll ever leave. But even with the Final Four loss, I don't think he'll leave either. So um, you know, other options. What do you think? Billy Donovan from the Bulls, NBA. I mean, he hasn't coached
I
for
heard his name
10,
pop
15
up.
years in the college
I
game.
like the Jim Rome show. He pulled up a tweet from
Hmm.
MGM, and it says, maybe a joke off of Bill Belichick being the football coach. I think they're gonna get Phil Jackson. So
It's that seems like
so
in
Phil
line. I
Jackson on
mean,
Bet MGM. If you can get him at plus 100,000,
I don't know what to expect, but yeah, Tommy Lloyd's the dream. Outside of that, we'll see how it goes. But Carolina's certainly in for it. And listen, we fired our coach because he blew a 19-point lead, and I think Duke should fire their coach. He fired it. He blew a 19-point lead too.
yeah,
So
this guy,
I think
Duke
it's
and
I think it's only
Carolina are going
fair.
to have trouble replacing their coaches. Um, Trying to become schools that they once were. Duke is still there, but even going into this tournament, I was like, they don't have Coach K. This is not the same team.
I
But
mean, back to
this is
back years now with pretty. I mean, I think the story of the tournament so far is the Duke collapse. Like that's been the story. That's going to be the thing you remember up to this point. I'm not saying something might overtake that, but I'm gonna remember Duke Duke blowing that game to UConn, the
yes.
shot, the collapse, all of it. So, oh man, that made
That's
my
why
night.
I got you
I
on
can't
this
get
show
enough of
here
it.
because you are somebody that knows a lot more than me about college basketball, and I just thought you would be a good fit. And you said,
I
"Go
mean,
ahead and get me on," and here we are. And we're gonna end it pretty soon.
I appreciate the call. Hey, anytime. This is one of the best times of the year. I love talking some college basketball, especially the Final Four. So, yeah, I think it's going to be great. I look forward to Saturday, and uh, maybe we'll get a little national championship preview in. But no, I had a great time, and anytime you want to call me back on, I'd love to talk some ball.
Cheers, and thank JT. If we can get to 21 views, if we get over the last video, I would call that improvement. So, have a good night, JT.
Keep
Thanks for your
keep the
time.
arrow going up. Appreciate you.
See ya.
We'll see ya.
Let's see if I can end this.
I can stop sharing.